Game 1 of the ESL 20K USD Mobile Opens. Today is Sunday the 2nd. And it is indeed the Super Bowl that's going to be starting in 20 minutes as well. And so we don't got a whole lot of players today participating in the final cup of the tournament, as most players have already qualified for the playoffs event, the close playoffs. So here in this game we got Apodictic, who is a ranked 286 Lord, Expedite Gaming, Boss 3, Sleep, and KOS.Blue, Frieza as well, who is also another big boss player. And this game we got 3 bots actually in the game. So this is going to be a very interesting situation, because this is not something that you normally see in your average game, because 3 players are going to die really quickly, and then these other 5 guys are going to be fighting against each other non-stop, right? So there's a very good chance that the players need to think about the timings where they're going to push for their units and levels, so that they can stay strong during those fights against the human players, because they're going to keep fighting the strong board constantly over and over again, because out of the 5, at least 3 are probably going to be extremely powerful. So the other 2 players need to think about how they can stabilize as soon as they can. In a normal game with 8 players, what happens is that you have more time, because you're going to probably fight against other weak boards as well. So there's a good chance that some strategies that are more dependent on, let's say, like maybe 3-starring a unit or trying to hit a lot of units, could have a problem in this game. So that's going to be interesting to know watching this game. And it's a very different situation that I've never seen or experienced myself yet. So to start this game, we got Apodictic, just a few razors and stuff. He got a bounty 2-star. That's a very powerful unit. It can branch off to many different builds there. Sleep has 2 clocks and a razor 2-star and a clock 2-star, which could potentially lead up into mages with the storm that he has on his bench, or if he wants, he can play into primordial. So Sleep just playing for the early game advantage, getting these early 2-stars can just pretty much win streak from here on out, and then he's probably gonna have to make a decision as to like what path he wants to take. The only 2 true paths that he has is like scrappies or mages from this position, because these 2 are such amazing units for both of the builds that he can go into. So depending on what he's comfortable with, I'm sure that's what he's going to choose. Expedite here does have some assassins on the bench. He's got a paired up Queen of Pain and a Bounty Hunter, which is really, really nice. If you're looking to play assassins, probably the second best units. The first would be to get a Weaver Nyx or something like that early game, so he has some insects running already. And then looking at his shop, he's got a pair of Timbers now. Lifestealer, Tiny, all these other units that he has on the right side benched up, they're not really part of any real builds that he can combine with assassins in this situation. So he's probably trying to see like when he wants to sell these units for interest, pretty much. But he's already got a 10 gold interest there, so he's just gonna chill. Let's see if the Legion's gonna feed damage to the Timber Saw. Timber, not a unit that cares much about having some damage from Legion Commander, but it was still good enough. Hey Chill, how's it going? What did you say, Nicola? Why'd you time him out? Not saying it was a bad thing, I just wanted to know why. So Timber 2-star upgraded now. It's a very powerful upgrade this early in the game as well. If he gets a 3rd assassin in here, it would be very, very good for him. He did go to level 4, but only seems to have 3 units on the board, so he probably leveled after the round started here. Just message me on Discord, whatever he said, so I know if we need a more severe punishment. Alright, so we got Frieza this game, going for also potentially assassins, but it's looking more like scrappies. Does have a Nyx pair, Bounty Hunter, Timbersaw. Actually, this game is a lot of scrappy players. And one of the bots also decided to go for scrappies. It's actually win streaking. So it's got a clock too, Timber, win streaking with scrappies here. And it looks like 3 human players all going for scrappies, and Sleep also has a clock 2-star. So if they all end up in scrappy, some awkward stuff is definitely gonna go down. So I'm wondering how one of these players is gonna decide to like pivot themselves to actually counter the scrappies. There's a lot of ways you can beat scrappies, right? You got like mages that are really good. You got another build with some potential 3-stars that could be extremely good. Knights are really powerful too against scrappies, and if there's multiple of them, and they're the only ones in knights too. So like these players, it seems like they're extremely comfortable in playing scrappies, but when they're stepping on each other's toes like this, I feel like there's room for one of the other players to get something big done here. And Frieza, wow, that's a nice scrappy pack with the double snipers. Probably the most important unit to find, and he found 2 of them already. So he's going to be very happy with that. He's just going to hold on to the 30 gold interest and just see where that takes him from there. So Sleep here actually is decided to go into mages, possibly. He's got a few on the bench. He also has a Ember Spirit now, so maybe possibly a Spirit Mage build. That could be really nice. So yesterday, I have a story for you guys. I played against... I sniped Nicola in a game because I was streaming, and the player who took out Nicola was playing Tinker 3-star and a Timber 3-star in a 6 mage board. And it was insane because the Tinker 3 had a Kaya, and also when it exploded with the Inventors, it did so much damage because he had 6 mages. So I wonder if that's Sleep's plan here, is to play mages with like a casual Clockwork in it, because this Clockwork has a Stonehawk cloak, right? So it's got 3.2k HP. So if he ever does get to 6 mages with the Stonehawk cloak, like when he explodes, especially since Clockwork is a melee unit, he's gonna do a lot of damage to whatever units that are like dying to the explosion. Frieza, you've spammed my scrappy build the last few days, an insane win rate. Nice, Frieza. I'm glad you liked our guide or build, whether you saw the guide or not. But yeah, our guide to scrappies is extremely good, extremely accurate. You guys can always try that out. Easy MMR for you. It's what I'm here to do. Share that knowledge. We come in peace. So this board right now, I don't imagine it losing to anything at the moment, right? Because this Clockwork with 13 kills and Stonehawk Cloak is just absolutely monstrous at the moment. Like, he just Sleep just completed a win streak. He's got all the gold in the world that he needs to like hold the units on his bench, and he can just keep leveling up, finding the higher cost units. Eventually he'll hit the Storm 2-star and such and such. So it's got some interesting choices here. Normally for mages, you normally see like either Jewel for tank that he can use, or like maybe you can even go like Hobgain or something, but he decides to go for Eno. Now, Eno doesn't synergize with mages that well because it doesn't have any magic damage, to be honest, right? The poisons are apparently physical damage, and then all out attack is also physical damage. So the Eno is not gonna benefit from the mage bonus, and he's not a real tank either for the mages to like be able to cast more spells. And there are also situations where like the mages can simply miss their AoE spells, like Keeper of the Light, for example, right? If Eno decides to use his all-out attack when Keeper is blasting, all the units are actually invulnerable. You can't hit them. It's not gonna feel good for the mages there. But he's so far ahead that at this point, whatever Underlord he picks is not really important. What's more important is just to get your upgrades and keep leveling. So Apodictic here has the Scrappy board. So let's take a quick look here, right? So we got mages, we got Scrappy, but this one's a bot, okay? Then Blue is playing some kind of like a mage build as well. So, and the other two bots are playing Legion, and I'm sure they're gonna die out pretty soon. So it seems like there's 3 Scrappy players, and then there's 2 players playing like a counter meta build with mages, right? So you got 3 meta builds and 2 counter meta builds, which is interesting because that's pretty much how things normally go. I'm just surprised that nobody is trying to build anything else, like for example Knights, right? Which could have been very good. But maybe that's something that we will see for the next game, once these players realize that, oh hey, a lot of these guys want Scrappies, maybe we can like try to counter it with something a bit more consistent as well. Now mages are quite consistent, but I wouldn't say they're as consistent, right? How's it going, Mel? Good morning, Razor Leaf. So I'm gonna take a look at Blue's board. He's got the Morphling 2-star now with the Edge Trade. Now what he's doing here is very interesting. It's like, you don't see a lot of like lower level players like below Lord do this, but it's actually a really good thing to like use Druids early game to just sustain yourself. And it's really helpful for like not losing too much health, where instead of just playing into the build that you have, right? So in the early game he realized that he got some Druids, he's playing into it, and now he's like still thinking. It's round 12 and he's still considering what build he wants to go into, and he has some flexibility. But one thing's for sure is he's definitely going to have some kind of splash of mages in his build no matter what, since he has a Morphling 2-star, right? Which is extremely powerful unit to have on any board. The only problem for him is that he doesn't have any 2-star storms in this game, or like any other mages 2-starred yet. Time to go shopping, Mel? Alright. No work today, Mel? It's Monday. Halfway through BB4. Mel, you're next to hit Lord, bro. So Sleep actually did end up losing 1 round. He does have some razors on the bench. Another razor on the bench. He's got 7 razors right now. He's getting really close to 3-starring a razor. Now I'd probably use a storm or over like this ogre magi. I think even a storm 1 does a lot of damage with mages, so that could be probably a good idea for Sleep as well, because he's already got the Kunkka and the Clockwork to help him tank for his board. And look at this clock, it's gonna be so beefy this game. 16 kills. If he can somehow manage to pick up some more clocks and 3-star it, it will also cock block the other players from getting them. The 3 other Scrappy players. And also like if he does 3-star it, jeez, this Clockwork with Stonehawk Cloak is probably might just solo boards with 6 mage bonus, because 6 mage bonus is gonna make this battery assault do like 175 damage a tick. And that's a lot. And he's gonna also have like 7,000, 8,000 HP. So when it explodes, it's also gonna deal about like, I don't know, 2k damage or something. Okay, not 2k, that's kind of drastic, but like, I don't know, maybe 1,000 some that damage. That's like really, that's a lot. Especially as a melee unit, it's like a suicide bomber, right? It just goes in there. It seems like it's okay, the Eno in mages, because like if you think about it, right? When you're playing mages and you have Eno, and they all get tossed into the air, as long as you have a good front line, your units all are buying time to like be able to cast spells, right? Because normally their spells are on cooldown. So when the Eno tosses them all up into the air, then you get like 2 seconds of like grace period for your cooldowns to come off. And it's really nice with Storm Spirit, because Storm Spirit's cooldown is only like 4 seconds to begin with. Oh yeah, it's an amazing tank. It's a 2 cost 10 armor, for sure. So Expedite here in second place with the Scrappies. Has Insect, your casual Scrappy board. Does have also the Eno with all out attack. Eno in Scrappy is very, very nice. There's some situations where it's not that good because he can like screw some of your spell casting, like for example Assassinate. But in this situation, it's doing quite a lot for him because he's got a couple timber frontline and he doesn't really have a whole lot of damage. Eno's generally is just like a good DPSing unit with the all-out attack version of it. The Yoink version is like really good in like the first 5 rounds until round 15. Like from 10 to 15, Yoink is like really powerful because it just steals one of your opponent's like one of his 3 items, which is like really big in a lot of situations. But after round 15, it kind of gets harder to use the third Eno. So it's got Battle Fury. This item is never really taken in Scrappy, so it's probably just gonna go with the Stonehawk Cloak. I'm sure he's got one of these guys. Yeah, like this Timber has 13 kills, so he can just take the Stonehawk Cloak here. He went for the Arcane Boots. No way. Oh no, that is a disaster. He actually went for the Arcane Boots, because like if you get Stonehall Cloak, you put on this Timber Saw, right? It's gonna have like 650 additional HP. Then when he finishes a 3-star Timber, it's gonna combine the health from both of his Timbers together. So this Timber could have easily had an additional like 1000 to 2000 HP, which benefits from in the inventor bonus later into the game when he does have 4 inventors, because he's definitely on his way towards a 3-star Timber Saw this game. So that's a really big missed opportunity by taking arcanes. Like these Stonehull items are better to take when it's like around 10 and 15, because they grow, right, with the more kills you have. So you want to get them later in the game, like around 10 15, so you can put them on units that already have kills. When you take it on round 5, it doesn't feel that good, because now you have an item that doesn't really provide you with anything in the now, only in the later. But in the now, you need kills, so that in the later you do have kills on your units, right? That's why they're better on round 10 and 15 compared to round 5. And on round 15, sometimes you get tier 3 items, but a lot of situations I end up taking like the Stonehall items instead of like tier 3 items. So the mage player is still doing amazingly well at the moment. Got a bunch of spirits. Holy smokes, that's around 17 void spirits online. I think he can just take out Ogre, and or maybe he wants to keep Kunkka just for the human synergy, right? I was thinking if he takes out Kunkka and Ogre for like void spirit and like an earth spirit here, or like even the Razor for like Voice Spirit, Earth Spirit there, it's gonna make the 3 spirits, and he's already got level 1 Storm. And the level 2 and level 1 Storm together can keep on creating the Spirit Alliance. So you can leave, like, let's say the Kunkka in, so he can keep his human bonus, take the Ogre out, take the Razor out, one of the Razors, and then play like Void Spirit plus Earth Spirit, even though they're 1-stars. It could be really, really good. Oh, he did do it. Because like these two spirits, these two storms, right? They can always create the Spirit Alliance and just keep popping off. Whoa, that's another Razor in there. Is it time to roll for the 3-star Razor? I wonder what his plan is here. He's got 18 seconds left. Nope. Gonna save some gold and go to 9 now. As soon as he can, it's just gonna go to 9. So let's see how the spirits do here. The Void Spirit's positioning is kind of Pepega. He's not really charging any mana right there though, unfortunately. But here comes the first triangle, and that did a lot of damage already. The first triangle, definitely good. And here comes the second all-out attack. And here comes the third triangle. Killing off the Weaver, and all that's left is his Eno, but it's extremely tanky. The Eno might take down some units with him. Nope, he did not. So that's actually the bot. The bot's really healthy. Only one bot has died out so far. I'm very shocked. The other bot has 4 Brawnies and the other one has 6 Scrappy. So they got legit builds currently. I wonder if this Brawny board is actually starting to become a problem. Because that's a very strong Brawny board. Holy smokes. I did not expect that one bit. That's a BB2, Beastmaster 2, Slaughter 2. I'm going to take a look at this bot and see if it's griefing anyone and beating them. Hey Lazy Peon, how's it going, bro? So the Storm Spirits with their triangle is disarming the heroes. So that's really, really good to fight into Brawnies especially. It's like a pretty good counter against Brawnies, but it looks like the Bristleback's alive. Oh my god. Guys, we might have another contender for this game. Gwendoline bot. Gwendoline bot is an actual problem. Like, Gwendoline bot with 4 Brawnies all upgraded is an actual problem. Like, Gwendoline bot just beat the top 1 board. Sleep's top 1 board with spirits who are disarming them from attacking. And now it's got a Venomancer. So, hold on. So when this Venom goes onto this board, right, on level 8, Gwendoline bot has scaled. And scaled is really good against mages and the scrappy boards. Yo, what's up, Bane? Alright, I'm gonna take one more look at this fight, because I have a feeling that more people are gonna lose against this bot, by the way. Holy smokes, look at this. They can't beat it. They can't beat this bot. It's too strong. Holy smokes, guys. They just can't beat the bot. It's not gonna happen. And the thing is, it's just growing. It's just growing. Right now it has 56 kills. And it's on a 5 win streak, guys. It's on a 5 win streak. Okay, well, that's good for Sleep. You know why it's good for Sleep? Because Sleep has the highest amount of HP. And Gwendoline bot is gonna be crushing everybody, right? So the person who has the highest amount of health is gonna like benefit from that the most, right? Apodictic is doing good too, but if Apodictic fights into Gwendoline bot, there's gonna be a big problem for him. Because he's got a lot of 1-star units, and especially his frontline are all 1-starred. Now, Apodictic has 40 gold and no real upgrades at the moment. So that's problematic. To do you wrong. I'm sorry, Frieza, but like if you're losing to a bot, I gotta everyone's gotta see that. I gotta announce this, you know. So Blue here, who was actually in mages from the start of the game, was not able to find the other upgrades apart from the Morphling, right? Only has a Storm 1 right now. He might want to consider putting that Midas on like the Keeper, because the Keeper obviously will charge mana faster, and it's a 2-star now, which is really nice. So Blue is at 29 health, he knows he's dying, so he's going to try to take some rolls, see if he can hit some upgrades. Does have a Treant LD 2-star, so it's got some Druids currently. The Earth Spirit here and Ember Spirit too. So he's trying to make some kind of like Spirit combo work out with this, but his Earth Spirit and Storm being 1-star is not really helping him. But he might get a triangle off here. Oh, there it is. Oh my god, that triangle was destructive. That was actually so much damage right there. But yeah, I feel like the Midas Storm one is kind of wasted a bit here, since Caudle is a really good unit to hold that. So Gwendolyn bot is fighting against Apodictic's win streak, and it seems like, as we predicted, Apodictic's win streak just got ended. Gwendolyn bot's at a 7 streak now, but surprisingly Gwendolyn bot is not leveling up. It's staying on 7 here, so maybe there's a chance for everyone. Because if Gwendolyn bot got the Venomancer into this board, I don't know if this board loses to anything. Instead, it's just trying to find some 3-star Lycan and Axe and things like that. Kunkka's a good combo of spirits for the bolt, right? Yeah, I like it. I like the Kunkka with the spirits too. Whoa, and there it is. The Human Alliance in. What? The Kunkka and the LD got kicked out? Hold on. Blue just put in 6 mages with a bunch of 1-stars instead of having the Kunkka, Treant, and LD, the 2-star 4-cost units. That could be problematic. I think that this was not the play. I think playing the 2-stars and having just level 1 in mages was completely fine in this game. Didn't really need, like, when you have 6 mages and they're 1-star, you only have 1 wave of spells, right? Before your front line and everything starts falling off. Like, these units are amazing. Unless you upgrade all these all on the same turn, like, I'm pretty sure you'd rather play Kunkka, LD, and the Treant Protector. I will fight till my last breath. Found a Lich in the shop. Yeah, I think the best thing here is to just not play the spirits. Because they're still 1-star. Like, the Storm just dies, and then the Earth Spirit dies, and then they never get their spells off. So it's really unfortunate after that. They're dead. Let's look at Gwendolyn bot here. How's it going? It seems like Frieza has taken out the bot. The bot, since it did not level to 8, stopped scaling. And finally, Frieza took out this monster of a bot. And now Frieza is completely fine. So looking at Frieza's board, he's got a Medusa 2-star on round 25. So he's like in a really good spot in this game. He's actually using Silver Edge on the Medusa instead of Desolator. And that's because he's thinking like the Desolator on the Deadeye would be more beneficial. So that the Deadeye, you know, they do some extra damage on that instead of the Silver Edge. Sorry, so the Death on the Medusa, because the Death on the Medusa can break multiple units, right? Whereas Silver Edge only works on one target. Silver Edge does not work with multi-shot. It will give Medusa attack speed, which does help her do more damage, but it does not help her like break multiple units. Whoa, that Razor. I'm gonna die to the poison here. Now it's a Pega battle between the Enos. But one Eno has a shield and the other one doesn't, so the one with the shield is victorious. So let's take a look. Alright, nobody placed below the bots, that's a good thing. Blue here is most likely next to fall. Does have a butterfly in the shop. Could be a really good item for one, let's say like alright. Seems like Blue is a bit addicted to the the spirits over here. Really trying to play into it. The problem with spirits is like they're really not that good against Deadeye, because your Storm 1 just gets annihilated from the start of the fight. So when that happens, your spirits are not going to be able to go off. Hey Purple, how's it going? So it's like Mione with the internal CD thing. Thing about Silver Edges, it only affects one target. It doesn't affect multiple targets. It has a cooldown, it has a 5-second cooldown. You can see it on the spell there. Got to top 200, nice Purple. That's awesome, man. And I think Blue is just dead here. He's gonna be out in 5th place. Next on the list is Expedite. It's at 20 health. This game could be extremely long because of the two top players both have 75 HP each. So we could potentially see like a 35 rounder this game. 100 more to go, Purple. Okay. I see your goal. I see you got your eyes on the prize. You ditched ESL? GG, Leroy. I'm pissed. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, bro.
We won't lose again.
So Expedite does have the Desolator on the Medusa. It does have another Medusa on the bench. Too many extra units it seems like Expedite's got here. Did not go all in by selling off his Tinkers and trying to find some more rolls. And he is fighting into Frieza's Medusa 2-star, and it looks like the Medusa might be too strong for him to handle, to be honest. His Medusa now has a Scotty instead. Or maybe, actually, Expedite might just be fine. Big rockets coming out from the Tinker there.
Yo, where the computers at?
Hey Jitch, welcome. Thank you for the raid. Why does it keep echoing like that? I don't like it. What's up, Gabby? Pinty. Hey Surreal, how's it going, man? Watching ESL. Yo, you didn't sign up for this? Jitch? I guess because you're already qualified, you don't mind, right? So we got Expedite surviving another turn here. He's almost got the Timber 3 coming. He's pretty much playing for third place at this point. He just wants to outplace Frieza. Like when two players have 66 health and 71 health and you're at 13, the chance of you making a complete comeback when they're all playing like pretty much your build is not really high. So his goal is definitely to try and outlive Frieza here. Finds another sniper 2-star. He's probably thinking like how can he get this on the board, but considering every single unit is doing something on his board, he probably can't at the moment.
Our victory is assured.
Having an early evening. What's wrong with this Underlord, Yeeks? Good night, Cap. See you, bud. And there it is, Expedite getting eliminated by the mages, and the mages have hit huge power spikes in this game. The only way like Apodictic can make a comeback and beat the mages here is gonna have to fit some kind of scaled into his board. So he actually didn't play like your traditional scrappy board. He's like playing a mix of everything. He's got some LD for some stuns in there. Finally found his second, his 2-star LD. Now he's got a refresher LD. I'm thinking like Disruptor with refresher might even be better to fight against the mages, just so he can have double silences go off. Has the Viper DK, which is really nice. Even a Viper 3-star could be a good counter to the mages. That's probably like the best counter, of course. Can't tell why it's so broken, Scrappy. It's fine. I wouldn't say it's like broken. It's like good because they all have armor and Scrappy's lack damage, so he provides damage for them. But I wouldn't say it's like unbeatable. Won a lot of games with it, and just because it's like good in one build, it doesn't mean it's generally good, right? Because you have to have that if you want to be super strong, right? It's the same thing as having like an Essex Golem in Legion builds. It's so strong. It's the last day, Zexerus, for the cup. So most of the people who already qualified have qualified, right? Or who were trying to qualify have already qualified for the playoffs. So they see no reason to play in this last cup here. We don't have any time to enter. Oh, that's unfortunate. So now it's 1-on-1. It's round 31. This one player has 71 health, the other one has 59. Like I said, there's a very good chance we might just go to turn 35 this game. Any tier 5 items picked up? None. It seems like the players opted for refresher and moon shards here. They thought that those are better. So as we can see, this is the first disruptor ult. Now it whiffed, and this is where like he probably wishes he had a second disruptor ult. Like I think lone druid bears are not that good against mages because they kind of just get slowed down and killed off too fast. But like having multiple disruptor ults is like the way to go because they create a warlock synergy for you, and also the enemies can't cast spells. So in multiple ways, it stops them from, doing damage, right? You stop them from casting spells, And with your Warlock synergy, you heal up. So the difference in HP is huge. So this LD bear, refresher bear is like not optimal compared to like Disruptor. Especially since Disruptor is 2-star. Now if Disruptor was 1-star, it would make more sense to have LD with refresher. So at any point, I think there's a good potential for Apodictic to like get Dusa in and like find a, like if you get Dusa in and it finds like a scaled, it's super good this game. Like I'd probably just take out Nyx Assassin or something. Like you don't need that against mages. But this positioning though from Apodictic is really good. Like you play against one of the walls, the spirits actually can't hit you there. They're only really good when they can hit you in the middle. Now the counterplay to what Apodictic is doing is Sleep's got to pull all his units on the other side, so Apodictic's units will like move out into the middle of the map, but Sleep is not positioning his units. Now he's trying to move, but in the middle of the map is also not that good. Like he's got to go to the other wall. It's like sometimes I feel like when I'm watching, I'm just playing chess with myself. There we go. Now his units are gonna move out a little bit, but as you can see, the Kunkka was like already too far in. But at least from this positioning, the spells can go off in a better way. That's for sure. And as we can see here, Sleep just annihilated Apodictic's board compared to losing. Well, I wouldn't say annihilated, but you know, it's a good fight compared to last fight that he had. The last fight he had, he lost, and he lost quite a bit of HP. Better to put against both walls instead of one wall. It's better to put them against a wall where like directly in front of the spirits, I think. Now he's got a Dusa 2-star, that makes Hunter synergy, right? But there's no scaled on this board, unfortunately. What an expensive board from Apodictic. It's crazy. Oh, this is gonna be a interesting fight. So the Disruptor ult was kind of bad. And he still got a refresher on the bear. So the bears died super fast. Like whatever mage damage came out, the bears just evaporated from them. So Apodictic slowly dying here. Losing to the Spear Mage board. The Spear Mage board even has a troll on it. What? What? Why is there a troll on this board? Warrior bonus? Oh, okay. I'm sure like having another spirit could be even better. Like if you put in a second Void Spirit or something. Because the Deadeye is going to hit the Void Spirit 1, right? And then because the Deadeye hits it, he's going to go off right away. Which is super good. Because it does -10 armor also.
This time we're ready.
Gabby, going to sleep early tonight? Have a good night. You guys send me a Discord message? Sure. Enjoy, Gabby. Or have a good sleep, I guess. Enjoy. School work tomorrow? True. Okay, so Sleep here lost the round this time. I didn't actually get to see what happened. But now that he's got a Taras, that's way better. You definitely take Taraskia. You don't take Vladimir's. Vlad's super bad against mages. Tarask is really nice. So he put the Disruptor. Oh, that makes sense. So he put the Disruptor in the front, right? So that the Disruptor can cast a spell faster. Okay. So that's the main point here, which is really good. And let's take a look at Sleep. What did Sleep get? Sleep got... What did Sleep buy? Another refresher? Sleep took a second refresher here instead. Interesting. No tier 5 items for Sleep. From Sleep's position, if he found like a Shiva's, it could have been really good too. With these mages here. So there goes the Spirits. Big combo. Didn't hit anything pretty much. But, oh my goodness, the strength from the mage board this fight. Crazy. Holy smokes, what happened here? Oh, what do you know? He took out the Troll Warlord. And he put in the extra Spirit. So he's got two. He's got two Void Spirits. 2-star. And the Void Spirits destroyed this fight. Because he's got like these extra Spirits in here. And they all dodged the spell from the Disruptor as well. So if I was actually Apodictic here, I'd probably just put the Disruptor solo in the front line with a refresher on it. And just let him like tank everything and cast 2 ults. And the Gyrocopter sniper will probably just destroy everything before the spirits can even go off. I think that's the problem right now. Is that he's got like these LDs and Alk in the front and it keeps charging the mana of the Kunkka. And the Kunkka just like bolts everything. So you see the Kunkka? Like he gets mana so fast. This fight was not that bad because the Disruptor hit everything. That was actually an amazing fight. That was actually such an amazing fight because of the Disruptor. Holy smokes. Is he dead? Is he one-shotted here? Dude, that's the double bears one-shot. Oh, 32 damage! Holy smokes! 32 damage in one turn. Apodictic with the plays. Dude, that Disruptor ult. Like, you saw like that's all that mattered was one good Disruptor ult. It was like one Disruptor ult into a Dusa and then GG. Like, the fight was just over.